Welcome to another episode of Source Selection Soundbites. Today we will examine the nuances of 8A joint ventures. According to 13 CFR subsection 121, a joint venture is an association of individuals and/or concerns with interests in any degree or proportion intending to engage in and carry out business ventures for joint profit over a 2-year period, for which purpose they combine their efforts, property, money, skill, or knowledge, but not on a continuing or permanent basis for conducting business generally. This definition is the SBA definition. For the purposes of source selection, this definition is more important than the one in FAR 9.6. 8A, joint ventures come in two flavors. One form is an 8A company that joint ventures with other small businesses that are small under the chosen NAICS code. Their receipts are not aggregated to determine business size. However, if the joint venture partners are similarly situated and their joint venture is populated, the receipts of the team members are aggregated to determine the size of the business. Another form is a mentor-protégé joint venture. The protégé is a developing 8A concern who seeks to acquire expertise, and an approved mentor, which is a large or small business that demonstrates a commitment and the ability to assist small business concerns grow in capability and expertise. The SBA must approve the written mentor-protégé agreement before the two firms may submit an offer and receive an exclusion from affiliation. A joint venture is supposed to be a temporary arrangement. Therefore, an 8A joint venture generally may not be awarded contracts beyond a 2-year period. The 2-year period starts from the date of the award of the first contract. If the joint venture receives an award beyond the 2-year period, they would be deemed affiliated, and their combined receipts would be aggregated to determine the business size. Remember, orders are distinct from contracts because a joint venture may them beyond the 2-year period. The amount of SBA involvement depends on the type of award the agency contemplates. The involvement will vary depending on whether the agency contemplates a sole source or competitive award. Sole source 8A awards awarded to joint ventures require the SBA to determine the eligibility of the joint venture and approve the joint venture agreement before award. However, in an 8A competition, the SBA will only determine the eligibility of the joint venture by ensuring the protégé is eligible for the program, but it will not approve the joint venture agreement. Since the SBA does not approve the joint venture agreement, the contracting officer should require the joint venture agreement to be submitted with the quotation. The joint venture agreement should be examined for basic compliance. Faulty joint venture agreements can sink an award. This concludes another episode of Source Selection Soundbites. If you want more details on the subject, they are available on the Source Selection Answer app. It contains lectures, quizzes, court cases, and sample documents that allow practitioners to quickly obtain actionable knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.